With Maine's average population being the oldest in the country, the price of prescription drugs is always top of mind for a lot of people who live here, which is why a move to tax those drugs is drawing a lot of attention at the State House. Good evening, everyone. I'm Brian Yukono.
And I'm Amanda Hill. Today, public hearings began on the two-year budget Governor Mills laid out last week in her speech to the legislature. One thing within it is a flat 70-cent tax on each prescription filled, something the Republican minority in the House and Senate were quick to jump on. Here's News Center Maine's Donovan Lynch.
A proposal to tax prescriptions now creating a stir in Augusta.
It's concerning, very concerning.
As part of her two-year budget proposal, Governor Mills is seeking to levy a 70-cent tax per pharmacy prescription.
These are not charges that ought to be assessed or passed along to consumers.
Not passed along because administration officials say the money from the tax would be used to leverage matching funds from the federal government, which in turn would be reinvested in pharmacies through MaineCare reimbursements. A spokesperson with the Department of Health and Human Services says this will lead to, quote, a net neutral impact to pharmacies. But Republican lawmakers like State Representative Jack Ducharme argue the extra fee on drugs will ultimately fall on those buying them.
Anybody with any kind of a business background understands that the customer ends up paying the cost, regardless of what some political person says.
Scrutiny of the proposed tax is coming from pharmacies and their advocates as well, who warn against banking on the federal government for funding the effort.
Obviously, the last couple of weeks, if you've been following the news at the federal level, things are concerning.
Amy Downing with the Maine Pharmacy Association also worries that the legislature could pass the prescription tax, but leave out the plans for reimbursing pharmacies.
We have grave concerns that more pharmacies will close with this tax.
And the governor's budget proposal is more than 600 pages long. The Appropriations and Financial Affairs Committee is just starting to work on it, with many public hearings still to come. In Augusta, Donovan Lynch, News Center, Maine.
Also today, the Appropriations and Financial Affairs Committee heard testimony on the governor's proposed $1 increase on the tax on cigarettes and tobacco products.